thank you everyone for coming along to our latest exhibition, the last day of our latest exhibition, Pascal Michel Dubois. Known Pascal now for donkey's years, about 10 years I suppose, and he's always been a fantastic supporter of Elysium from when we started, and he's always been fantastic. So it's been a great pleasure actually having him here. We're really honoured to have him here, and hopefully you've had a good time.
I'm quite pleased. Yeah.
I've been actually looking forward to this talk because I actually don't know what the exhibition's about either. So
I don't know myself.
So
we're going to make it up.
So
I'll show we're going to do.
So I'll hand you over to Pascal. It's quite informal, so if you've got any questions and stuff, then do ask him. And there we go. There's going to be food as well coming at some point, maybe. So
cool.
Yeah, we'll just go from there.
Okay. Thanks for coming to this talk. So first, of course, quick introduction, quick background, where I come from and why I'm here in the Elysium Gallery in Swansea. So French artist, studied in Lyon in the 80s, a long time ago, and moved to London in the 90s, 91, and now 2005 moved to Paris. That's basically stages, and it's all about love, really. The reason why I moved to this country in the first place is I met my partner when I did a student exchange in Swiss College in '89. And after that, we went back to Lyon, where I finished my study, passed my degree. And then it was a question of choice what to do after that. Should we stay in France? I had the choice of doing an MA in Marseille or an MA in Quebec. But we moved to London, moved back to London. And I never regretted that, ever. And then, after we had our daughter, we thought that life in London was getting tough, you know, and so, because she's Welsh, it was pretty natural to move to Wales, basically, you know. So that's the reason why I'm here, and I really don't regret that, and I don't miss London a bit. Really don't miss London. And I found that the community, the art community in Wales is just great, you know. Far less snooty in London, far less, you know. There's not that age that's sort of nastiness you got in London. Everybody's so much on the edge. And that's allowed me to be sort of sure, you know, when you feel much more, you know, open. And for be sure, we're going to start, I suppose, with quite a lot of people. I don't know if we can all fit. That's going to be like being in a party, you know, in somebody's small apartment. It's going to be, you know. And I'd like to start, of course, with that's the Garçonnière, really. That's the bachelor's pile. So yeah, that's going to be quite, you know, packed in a minute. It's going to feel like a party, a real party. So yeah, to start from the beginning is when Jonathan asked me about doing a solo show in the Elysium Gallery, I was thinking, what could I do? You know? And the advantage of a place like that is that you can experiment and you can, you know, do something else. Because I'm doing quite all sorts of different work. Some more commercial, some less commercial. But the temptation was too big to work on some kind of installation, really. So this is a great place for that. So I thought I'm going to look a bit, you know, in my, how can I say that, my archive, if I can say that. Because I've got books, notes, tons of ideas which probably will never finish anyway. I'm getting too old for that. But I come across that idea of a garçonnière, and it's something that we were talking about in those days with another artist, a friend of mine, who is also French, and it all started like that. We've done a show in London. And the show was almost going to be called Garçonnière, actually, because it was this idea of it's a play with words. When you look in the dictionary, I like words. I like this sort of thing. You just play with words, very much like Marcel Duchamp was play with words. And if you look in the French dictionary, which I put there actually, you look, the word garçonnière is avant-garde. It's before the word garde. So I found that amusing, the play with words, avant-garde, and garçonnière is a bachelor, so it brings you straight to Marcel Duchamp and the bachelor's machine in the large class. So it's all the avant-garde movement, Marcel Duchamp, and this is how it started. That's the scaffolding of this exhibition. Then after that, I thought, well, I have to look how to fill up this, because this is just a concept. So from then on, I looked in my stuff, and I found those images of my bedroom when I was a student in Lyon. It was pictures weren't taken to be just pictures, not to be shown really. They were taken to make drawings, sort of 360 view of the room. So I made the drawings in pastel and ink, and it was to illustrate a text from Émile Cioran. And at the time, I made a book out of that. So I've got here, I found them as well. I found the original drawing, but I decided not to put them in the show. And that's the drawing I made when I was a student. And you will recognize some of the view, like the desk here. You can see why I didn't put them. That's, that was two drawings. You can see it over there as well, So instead of showing the sink, and the towel, which is over there. So I made that inside in a book with a text, which now I transfer here on this Wheel of Fortune. It's the same text, but the book was destroyed or damaged. So I just managed to get the drawings out of it, so a bit damaged as well. The bed, that's the lamp, etc. And so I decided to recreate that, but another way, basically. So using the photograph which wasn't supposed to be shown, and then change the text, split the text again, but put it in the Wheel of Fortune, so you can choose, it falls on you like that. And it's split in 6 sections, and each section is in Welsh. It's in Welsh, French, and English. If you want to read the proper text in English, it's from that book. That's your mission. It's pretty obscure philosopher, Romanian philosopher. So that's. I thought I had to put it. I thought I had to put it in the show because that was all the original idea. It was to make a book, really. So this is where it started again, and after that, it's getting hot here. After that, I had to make the room. So I had to have a bed, obviously, but I decided not to make the bed like a bed. So this is more like a sculpture of a bed, and it's against the wall, which also not really where you put a bed. This is what I used to do in my bedroom, because it was so tiny. I used to put the bed straight like that to have more space to work. And this is not a bed, this is just like a mattress which has been completely dismantled, which has been stripped bare, if I may say, like, like the bride, stripped bare by Bachelor even something else called, the title of Marcel Duchamp, Large Glass. So I tried to make the room a bit homely, but not quite, so it's like some kind of semi-fictional space. It's not, I didn't want to make really like a room, a proper room. It's half domestic and half installation. That's why, for example, you got that, you got a chair, then you got the desk, which is that's the life size, of a desk. But it's not the desk, it's just a black and white photograph. Then, where it's got more complicated, is when I started to search the actual garçonnière, the word garçonnière, and then I came across the film, The Apartment. So I felt like I had to put the film in it somehow. I had to put some element of a movie because it's quite a lot of things in the film which relate to my life. Actually, it wouldn't go too much detail, but that's not the funny part, by the way. So I thought, I loved Jack Lemmon. So I thought I have to put something in. So there are little bits of little clue around it, around the show, of the film. There's that clock, which mirror that little clock on the actual photograph. This one has been modified, and it's the name of a company. In the movie, if you look at the movie for like a few seconds, when you get in the lobby, you see the clock, and it's in consolidated life like that. So I thought I'm going to just put little element like that. Same thing with a mirror, a shaving mirror. He is at one point in his flat, he's using that. So I thought I'm going to put it in, and then the actual design on the mirror is you call that was a recognition face diagram that the computer used or CCTV camera to recognize you. So I thought I'm going to put that because it's an interesting fact that actors, they just play a role, and when they're actually acting, they're looking at the mirror, but they're actually seeing themselves. Do they see themselves, or do they see the role they're playing? So I thought I'm going to put that. And then, what else? That is completely pure chance. That bottle has got nothing to do with the other bottle. It's just one day I bought that bottle of just sparkling wine, Spanish sparkling wine. It's one my name on it. I thought I'm going to put it in. This is like some kind of a representation of a fridge, really, because that's the fridge, which is there, the tabletop fridge, which are painted at the time. At the time I was very much into what they call in France the figuration libre, which basically is graffiti. Because my background was more cartoon and animation before I moved to fine art. And when I see that, I feel like I'm the right thing, probably. It's like, Joe, it's fantastic. You see, once you bottle on it, that's enough. It's enough of it. Jonathan, can you put that somewhere? So I wanted to show this drawing just to show that that was the work, really. Drawing was the work, not the photograph. So I just reversed the thing. The photograph became the work. And the same with this one, just behind you, with that's a golden ratio. Rectangle door, it's a section door, as you could say in French. And it was, in 1911, it was set up by Marcel Duchamp's brother. And it was like some kind of a reunion they were doing every month of poets, writers, and they called themselves la section d'or. So there's another little hint. It's all like that, it's all hidden. And the books as well have got a certain hidden place. And then we move to that space. And that is completely, it's like you're moving to something different. All of a sudden you're not anymore in the apartment. And I feel like this place is more the gallery space. It's more the result of what happened in that small room. That becomes art, really. That's non-art, really. That becomes art in a way. And then once again you got element of a movie in it. You got the spaghetti and the tennis racket, which at one point in the movie you're going to see is using the tennis racket as a colander because he's a real bachelor, he doesn't have stuff, he's got nothing. Probably got just a spoon and a fork, that's weird. So he's using his own tennis racket as a colander. But he still make mean spaghetti able to share the mackerel, but unfortunately I'm not going to taste it. I'm spoiling the film. And this piece is also a mixture of what is in the movie and also a very sort of surrealist piece. So it's by Marcel Duchamp, the Underwood cover. Marcel Duchamp, the typewriter. He used an Underwood cover from the old typewriter. And so I like this idea of painted black and make it. And in the movie, they got also in the office when they in the company, they got all sort of machines and typewriters. So I made it quite fancy. I think you said it looks like a cow. You see, does it look like a cow?
It still looks like a cow.
Even if I close the ears?
It looks like a cow with one eye closed.
And then we move on to that piece is quite. It's really the start of everything. Really, it's right from the start. Even I didn't have a title, nothing. I wanted to have these snapshots, which I never found object, and I decided that's going to be the start of whatever it's going to be, whatever it's going to be called, whatever it's going to be, the theme or the concept. That picture has to be in it, and that's the reason why I let the hair grow as well. Try to look the same as the look of the picture, but it's a bit. It didn't work. It didn't curl for some reason.
I didn't recognise you.
Yeah, it didn't. I thought it was going to curl the same. It doesn't work. So when you age, obviously your hair change structure as well. So darn it, didn't work. But after this talk, next week it's all going to be cut. We're going to go back to hair short. And this is like very much like the main posing, whole movie. Very American, but in fact it's in France, and it's like an American car which just shrunk, a small American car. And I figure out after a while, now I know where the picture comes from. Who took the picture? It's my brother. He was there in that trip.
Yeah. Yes.
Because for a while I didn't know, so it took a while, and then he told me, yeah, we took that picture. And because that's why I call that piece the passengers with S, in bracket, because it's true how many people, when there's somebody taking the picture, or maybe not, it could be on a timer, it could be put on a rock on the timer, which is doubtful, isn't it? It's somebody took that picture. So we were three in the car, but who is the driver? Who are the passengers? We don't know really. I know now, of course. But it's an interesting thing, because some people thought it was shot, in America or something, because of a sort of. It's like a Grand Canyon, and it's just above Grenoble, where I come from, southeast of France. So it's quite a lot of mountains, And I thought it fit. I thought it really fitted with Garçonnière Hill, because for a lot of people, the car is a bachelor's pad. For a lot of young men, it's a bachelor's pad. They literally live in it, and we done everything in this car. Sort of. Can you imagine? We wouldn't be able to do that anymore now.
Way to get a go.
No. But yes, crazy car, and it just moved. It was just bought from one friend to another, basically. So we were just buying that car for each other until it was a wreck, basically. Chucked away. So this is early 80s, and the car is. It's easy to find the age of a car, very easy, it's 75, something like that, 78.
Is it Opel Kadett? Is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you couldn't, sir.
You spun at them as well.
That's no software in that, Just an engine, and the gearbox, that's all.
We had the Vauxhall. We had the Vauxhall version.
Yeah, Vauxhall was I can't remember the name. It's not Viva, no?
Might be Viva.
No, it wasn't. We had one to do it.
But basically, it's General Motors.
Because that was cool compared to Vauxhall. You never saw them,
I don't think so, I don't think so. And then we move to, let's talk about the spaghetti, of course. And then we move to those two last pieces, which I wanted to have also in the show. That tiny little drawing was in when I showed you that card, that card, where did it go? that show, which almost was going to be called Garcinière, but at the end it was called Dubois, Duchamp, and Desjardins. Basically, we play with our names. So I'm from the wood, then Desjardins is from the garden, and then Duchamp, Marcel Duchamp, from the field, the field. So that was our name, and we actually found some artwork from Marcel Duchamp. We exhibited his artwork with us in our show, and it was only a replica made by Hamilton. And it was a small collection they had in Chelsea School of Art. So they had the stencil to make a moustache on the Mona Lisa, and then they had photo relief. So we had to put that in a glass cabinet. We had to move those things with gloves, the white gloves, which is a piece of cardboard basically. But it's Marcel Duchamp. So.
Yeah.
It wasn't even with him actually, it was Hamilton. So he's the one who officially can reproduce any piece from Marcel Duchamp. And then what I did is that from a tiny drawing, which is there, I wanted to make it bigger because this is the unhappy ready-made from Marcel Duchamp, which is basically a set of instructions to do some kind of performance. You got that book of geometry, and then what you do is you give you instruction. You have to put the book outside, and basically the wind and the element just flip the page, and that gives you the problem you have to solve, whatever. You know? This is like some kind of montage was made on a balcony, and they took a photo, and the actual artwork is been destroyed since, of course. But on that picture, there's just, you see just about the little diagram there. So that's the one that we produced. And then I put it with Marcel Duchamp exhibition in the vitrine to look like it was his work. And nobody do anything. We really thought it was Marcel Duchamp, one of the originals. We had we didn't put notes, nothing. That's fun to do. But then I thought I had to have a connection with this drawing. This is also geometric, thing, mathematical stuff, which is an image, which is a composite image. It's two images really of two birds flying and the mechanics of the flight. So I just combined the two together. And I wanted it to flick, to move, like this idea of the instruction he was given to for this performance thing you have to do yourself, basically. And then I came across another movie, which is not at all in the same vein as this one. It's called We Have to Talk About Kevin. With, I don't know if you know this film, it's quite a tough one, isn't it? Yeah. But there's also a sense of claustrophobia in this film. It's really like she moved to a tiny, grubby house and this thing. It's quite tense. And the apartment is fun in a way, but it's actually quite serious at one point. And I thought I'm gonna have it flipping like in the movie. We need to talk about Kevin when she goes to the travel agent and she sits down for it's just a very small scene, just a few seconds, but she just sits down and wait and look around the office, and there's those grubby posters, and one is just flipping because of the fan, just go there. So I reproduced exactly the same movement. And that is it. This is why it's there. And it close the show. And this one's called Ange, which is angel in English, but there's also a name of one of my famous band at the time, at the same time as the project. He's a really French prog rock. Imagine prog rock, but French. We're going quite far. This is it, basically, yeah. And now we can watch the film, and hopefully we might have some spaghetti.
Just go get it now.
So you're going to be within the piece by eating a spaghetti. You're going to be within the whole context. Don't eat the spaghetti on I just made a new batch, with saltman, but I still didn't eat that. I left a few postcards that are scattered around if you want to look at that. This one, you don't have that one. There is a phone number, the name of Collector. It's a collector. It's a big collector. It's always a collector.
Yeah, classics of the world, and then somebody else.